This episode of Like It or Not is sponsored by CH Peptides, a trusted source for high-quality research peptides like tirzepatide, BPC157, and IGF-1LR3. With fast shipping, consistent purity, and top-tier service, CH Peptides keep things simple and reliable. Want to learn more or book an appointment? Just call or text 707-380-6411. Tell them your boys from Like It or Not sent you, and you get 15% off your order. You can also order at chpeptides.com and enter Like It or Not at checkout for 15% off your order. So do not delay. Call today. That's CH Peptides. Products are for research use only, not intended for human or animal use. Complete Health Peptides makes no claims or promises regarding the effects of any product. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by DC Customs. Class of 2026. We have a special announcement for you from DC Customs. Special shout out to our hometown Wildcats at Ukiah High School. We love supporting our local students and community. This offer is for you guys. 10% off wheel and tire packages, 10% off suspension upgrades, and 10% off side steps and running boards with a free DC Customs hoodie with purchase. A perfect graduation gift or an upgrade before heading into summer. Now through June 30th, only at DC Customs. My name is Carter Lane.
I'm Drew Nickel.
Welcome to the show.
Whether you like it or not.
Oh my God. I think you have a problem, bro. Do we have any messages?
I don't know. We check them about once every 3 months.
Yeah, by the way, those of you who have sent us messages and we haven't gotten back to you, we didn't know they were sent, so we're working on that.
We're gonna be on that now, dude.
Yeah. So hold your questions from Christmas, and we'll get to them
we're gonna
next
run
week.
Through
maybe.
those. We found them.
Yeah,
the hidden stash.
Yeah, they were hidden a little bit, but we got all that figured out now. So if you want to give us a call, you know the number.
We just thought no one liked us.
Yeah.
What is the number?
They do. It's 707-239-8726, I believe.
If you got that right, you get $1.40. Okay.
All right. Anyways,
that's producer section. So boo, boo.
Okay.
Don't worry. He has nothing to do with the fact that we didn't get our messages.
Yeah, we're back in action here, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Like It or Not. This is our 230th episode.
Is it really?
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while now.
Dude, I know. We was just looking when Jevin was on last, and it was December 3rd, 2020, dude. I didn't even think I was born then.
Hell yeah. 234-8926. Is that not what I said?
You said some shit pretty close, but not that.
707-234-8926. Call us or text us. Leave us a message, suggestion, whatever. Talk shit, whatever you want to do. That's the number to do it on.
I'll dare you.
Yeah.
I'll triple dog dare you.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
like putting your tongue on a frozen...
So 2020 in December is when we had you on last,
which was pretty much right when we got started. You were
number
you were
16.
One of
the first guests.
He was guest number 16.
No, he was episode number 16.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Guest number like 4 or 5 probably.
Yeah, dude, how's that feel? You're like an OG and you didn't even fucking know it,
dude.
Huh? Tell us. Go ahead.
I think I'm honored.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Jevin Nally, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't watch the episode from 5 years ago,
go back and give it a listen.
Yeah, we gave you last week to do that, to get caught up. So we're expecting everybody's caught up and up to date on all the episodes now.
And we figured you missed us a lot since we were gone.
Yeah.
And now we're back.
Yeah. I missed you, dude. I haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
I missed you too, bud. Thanks.
How's everything going?
It's going good, dude.
Oh, good.
Except for I told you I'm running a half marathon and my crew bailed on me today. So it's just me. I'm Forrest Gumping it.
I would say just wait for a different marathon, bro. They have them all the time. They're like eclipses. They happen fucking once every 2 weeks now.
It's actually pretty tempting to not go, but I'm like, I feel like I should go.
Why?
Because I signed up and said I was going to do it. And it's kind of like, well, dude, if I said I'm going to do it, I got to do it. Right?
Yeah, but what does it matter if you don't do it?
Well, it just kind of feels like I'm not doing what I said I was going to do. And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of shit I said I was going to do I didn't do. You know, but like, where are you going to draw the fucking line, dude? You going to just quit on everything?
I wouldn't draw it here.
You know?
Yeah, not here.
This isn't it.
No, this is
I feel
not
like
a big deal, bro.
I feel like it's it.
I think if everybody was going and you were like, oh, I don't want to go, then that would be a different story.
That would be lame.
That would be super lame. But if everybody cancels it and you're like, well, I can catch another one another time, I don't think that's a bitch move. I think that's just a logical freaking like, hey, let's just. It's not like you don't want to do it.
But I could do it, and then for all the pussies who didn't go, I'd be like, I did it.
Oh, so it's an ego thing.
Is that what it is? Or is it just like,
Ooh.
no, but dude,
Somebody's got big eyes over there.
everybody has choices to make, right? And so like
Yeah.
you could like be like, well, I know I got a marathon coming up, a half marathon, and so maybe I should like, you know, not go and party and hang out and be crazy and then not be all bruised up so I can't go, or go, right? Like, did I say that right?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
whatever you want to do, dude, I support you from right here.
All right, bud. I appreciate it.
So you're
What else is new? That's
So you're
it for
gonna go?
me, dude. Yeah, I'm going, dude. I paid for it.
okay.
I mean, unless I change my mind.
Well, now that right there might be considered a little bit of a bitch move.
Why? All of a sudden,
I'm gonna go unless I change my mind.
unless I don't go.
yeah,
Well, I was totally committed to going until you two suggested, well, maybe just sit this one out, partner.
I would probably sit it out if it was me. Wasn't going with anybody. Like, what fun is that? You were supposed to go run this thing with people.
I know.
Like,
I was excited.
yeah. So wait and to do it a different time.
All right.
That's what I would do. You
we'll
do
see how
what
it
you do.
goes. All right.
Anyways, I'm done talking to you.
Yeah, let's talk with Jevin.
Yeah.
Hi, Jevin.
Hi, Jevin.
Hi, guys.
What's up, dude?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's very nice to be here.
Hey, guys. Like a show.
So last time we were just talking outside, and last time you said you on the episode that we recorded with you, you talked all the way up to what you're actually doing with your time,
Yeah.
but you didn't go into what you're doing with your time.
And I think that was the original question is, what are you doing now?
Is that what we asked at the beginning?
Something.
Well, let me tell you about a little motorcycle ride
And then we.
Yeah.
down California.
That's right.
The little place they
dude.
call Baja.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is part 2. So
Okay.
we're gonna ask the same question. Jevin, what are you up to these days, buddy?
Okay. These days,
These days.
I run the Living Lodge. It is a anchored in Ibogaine aftercare, where we receive folks after these deep experiences in transition, where they land and focus on calming their nervous system, getting their feet back on the ground before they're going a transition back into everyday life.
From just getting blasted with Ibogaine to being like back in society, it's nice to have a little warm bath in between, maybe a little.
Yeah, very much, because a lot of people who come to this historically are usually coming out of addiction,
Yeah.
and to go back straight to your environment after an experience that can be unsettling, but in a good way,
Would you call it like an integration?
Very much.
That's
Yeah.
what it is, like
This
a
is-
place to integrate.
It's a place where integration begins.
There you go.
Yeah, I
you
like
know.
it. I like it.
And a lot of people say, especially around psychedelic medicines, is, the important thing is to integrate, or you got to do the work. And then
Yeah.
it's kind of like a mic drop, and people are like, "What's that even mean? What's that look like?" So,
We'll start with like not doing the drugs you were doing.
well, yeah. So we go off to these, whether they're detox treatments or even if it's a Yahe retreat, like you go into and you have these experiences, and in those experiences, whether they're conscious or not, you are shedding things and letting go of things that you're ready to. Sometimes those things are way underneath, and you don't even put a focus or can identify it. And then a lot of times it also churns up the waters of what was in there that needs to come up, and you are able to look at afterwards. And there's lessons that come. And so when we learn lessons, just like anything else, any kind of teachings, when you go to school, you go to a trade school, whatever, they're teaching you how to, say, be an electrician. You go out on the job and you integrate those learnings into, the real world. And that's what integration is. And that comes with tests, or, a repeating pattern or a lesson that you're like, oh man, I see this in my life, and now I can navigate it. I have a choice to navigate it differently. So that's what I think, from my perspective, what integration or the work is.
So you have people who are struggling from addiction that choose to do a psychedelic assisted treatment
Yeah.
in terms of their addiction. And then they have that. Is that part of what you do, is facilitate that experience, or you're just the aftercare of that experience?
We bridge the gap between that experience and going back home.
Okay.
Ibogaine specifically can be, it'll interrupt your sleep patterns, your appetite. It almost like the experience itself unfolds in a way where let me talk about my personal experience. That experience shattered the lens in which I saw myself in the world, and almost like I washed away this fear and anger that I carried my whole life.
Yeah.
And I felt brand new. My biggest fear was, who am I going to be afterwards, going into it? And then a week later, I kind of remembered that and I laughed. I was like, I've never felt so much like me in my life. And the days and weeks after that, things like landed in front of me, like puzzle pieces with realizations, and life came in with eventually came in like chewable bites instead of feeling like I was choking on it. So yeah, it's a place to kind of get your feet underneath you. We focus when people show up. We focus on rest, nutrition, a lot of nervous system settling, safe, calm atmosphere, walks in the woods, a lot of skipping rocks and just having talks, and no everyday life pressures, and that's a good place to be in, an environment to be in, because I see the folks coming out of these experiences as if like they're still in like this cocoon phase, where maybe going back home, being surrounded by folks who don't understand what they just went through or what they've even been going through.
Yeah.
And a lot of times loved ones are like, all right, you're better now. Let's go. Let's, get back to work. And so it's kind of like, I imagine it's like picking open that cocoon to, get the butterfly out. And it all needs to unfold gently in its own time.
How long are people generally staying?
The average is about 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's not,
Wow.
it's not like a long-term thing. We do offer like a continued integration coaching once they go home for like 6 weeks. So that we work with this woman, Jen Bruce, who's amazing, and she really works with people where the rubber meets the road. When people get home and these tests and triggers come up, and
Yeah.
how do I navigate it?
Yeah. That's really cool.
Are most people that are coming are taking Ibogaine for addiction? Is that, or do you have people who ever come there that took it not for addiction?
Yeah, yeah. So because I had a history of addiction, that's how I came to it. It seemed like that's who I would like, who would come to me.
And there's a lot of people getting a lot of help from addiction with Ibogaine as well. So I would imagine that's a huge.
Yeah, yeah. And so Ibogaine is basically, it's from Africa. It's an extract from the Iboga plant. It's
So Iboga and Ibogaine are the same thing.
they are. So
Got it.
in Africa, there's a tradition called Bwiti. They've been using that plant for probably as long as they've been drinking ayahuasca in South America. And it's a tradition and a way of life, and they use it for different purposes in their communities. They believe that experience, you go into the underworld, you converse with the ancestors, bring back healing and knowledge. In the 60s, there was a fella who, Howard Lotsoff was his name, a New Yorker who I believe he had years of IV heroin use. He had a friend or someone said, "Hey, Howard, you like to use all kinds of drugs," and maybe the friend was a chemist, and he said, "I have this Ibogaine." So the Ibogaine is the extracted alkaloid from the Iboga. And Howard ingested that and saw in his vision that heroin was death and he chose life. And then 3 days later, when he was kind of back and reoriented, he realized that he hadn't used heroin for 3 days and he wasn't in withdrawal. And so through that experience, he was kind of became a, I don't know, number one cheerleader and activist for this. So that's the way it was introduced to the West, as this addiction interrupting substance.
Now, you're supposed to get off heroin, or at least be clean for a certain amount of time before you take Ibogaine, or not necessarily?
No. So
Maybe
there are contraindicative substances that you can't be on. You can't have alcohol in your system, any stimulants.
no cocaine, meth, and none of that.
None of that.
That's a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker. Your body has to be free of that. A fast-acting opiate, which heroin is seemingly
Or fentanyl or whatever.
So fentanyl is a synthetic opioid, and I'm super. I only know the real broad strokes of the science around it, but Ibogaine attaches itself to your opioid receptors, so it kind of kicks the fast-acting opiates, kicks it off and binds itself to your receptors, therefore allowing you to go through that detox process with, I'm not going to say no withdrawals, but by comparison,
A little more of a soft landing.
way easier route. So things like fentanyl, Suboxone, methadone, they're all synthetics, and they really bind to those receptors real hard. So during your Ibogaine, the peak experience, you may not be feeling any withdrawal, but afterwards it'll come back pretty good. So people have learned to not treat with Ibogaine straight off of those synthetics. So what we're doing on the front end is, however that, whether people go down to a clinic or talk to a doctor,
Or see the Bweeties.
or, well, you got to transition yourself off of those synthetics to a fast-acting opiate. So a lot of clinics, and they'll use morphine sulfate and spend some time with some people for like maybe a week to 10 days, clean them out from the synthetics so that the Ibogaine can reach its potential.
Do you have a lot of people that are coming off of Suboxone and methadone to do Ibogaine?
And you don't see a lot of methadone anymore because Suboxone's kind of taken its place. But yeah, there's a lot of folks who are taking Suboxone for years, and that was designed to, help you wean down off of opiates,
Yeah.
right? And so, but how doctors have been prescribing it is long term and actually ramping you up.
Dude, and they're prescribing it for like pain and anxiety now.
I've talked to somebody that they prescribed it for alcoholism, and it's like now I'm addicted to a synthetic opioid, and I've been on it for a couple years.
Yeah. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that whole MAP program.
Yeah, I don't have any mixed feelings. I think it's
You have all one feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it, dude. I get it.
Well, let me back up. It's saved a lot of people's lives. It has. It takes
Sure.
you out of risky and dangerous situations, going and copping on the streets, and you're just going to get your drugs from, a pharmacy instead. So
Do they get you high still?
a lot of folks, it's not designed to give a euphoric feeling, but if you're around somebody who's on a high dose of Suboxone, you can tell. Like, you can tell.
They're still nodding off, and they're still
Yeah.
and the way that from my understanding, the way that you're prescribed this medication is you're telling the doctor or whoever's prescribing it, like, how good your dose is doing, right? So you're like, oh yeah, I'm good, like, and you're still like nodding off, and you're still getting something going on there.
Or a lot of it is, are you comfortable? Like, nah, I'm not quite comfortable. And here, let's up your dose. Let's up your dose. And I believe it was designed to be a really, like, within a 5-day period where here you go, and then we'll titrate you down
right off. Yeah.
and now you're free. But it's a business. It's a business.
And it's similar to like the SSRIs and things, right? Like they were made to get you through the panic and then wean you off to get back to regular life. And now people are on them long term. And the argument is like, okay, so how bad are these drugs? What are they doing to you versus like how bad is the anxiety or stress that you're putting yourself in without them, right? Or like the same thing with the Suboxone and methadone. How bad is it to be on these drugs versus like potentially relapsing and going back to the streets? So there's, that's the way the arguments work, right? But I also know people who have been on it for years and are functioning and have a way better life than they ever have, right? So it's like, I don't know, man. I think it's an individual case by case basis, and it's really hard to like be black and white about it for me. But I've also been like, dude, what are you doing on this? Like, why? How is this sober? Like, isn't this preventing you from reaching further and further and being at your best potential?
I believe it is preventing that, but it's a scary thing.
Yeah.
For people to go, okay, now, I've stabilized everything else, but there's this one last thing, and
Totally.
and it's and their memory of an opiate withdrawal is like, oof,
and
I
also
want to avoid that.
And people change through uncomfortability, right? Like that's what forces us to change. And so if you have gotten on these drugs and you're comfortable and your life has improved and there's no real threat or like immediate like uncomfortability to push you to fix this problem, it's like, it's like smoking cigarettes. It's like one day it'll kill me, but for right now, I'm pretty good,
Yeah.
Why? What's my motivation to move on from this?
And if you don't want to, you're not going to.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So there's that path, or you could take Ibogaine.
Yeah, and so it's been in the media a lot, and a lot of people are inquiring, right, and curious. So yeah, I mean, it was born. The knowledge of it and the use of it in the West is born through finding it's an addiction interrupter. So for me, that's what I went for, and I had no expectation of what I actually received from it, which was a shedding of this perspective and this pain that I carried.
Which can happen a lot through like psychedelic medicines, right? I mean, that's
100%.
That's like the deal. So, for having an aftercare facility for that, is there? Did you just create that idea? Are there a few of them around? How do you kind of see the need for this type of thing?
So I have, from 2019 to 2024 to 25, I supported in Ibogaine treatments, helping with logistics, supporting the clients and the providers themselves. It was amazing to see people with this beautiful experience and this whole new like outlook and momentum afterwards. And then pretty quickly I started seeing like folks that you're dropping back off at the airport after them spending a week with you, and it's like going home and we're like, oh buddy,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah, kind of just like
You know?
throwing a wounded like bird back into the ocean or whatever.
Yeah. And there's sharks all around. So
I guess birds don't go in the ocean. Is that what you're
Throwing birds back in the ocean.
you know what I mean? Like, you're free now, and they're like, as soon as you let them go, something
Yeah.
comes and like fucking eats them and takes.
Dude, we had a bunch of lop-eared freaking bunnies in the vineyard.
Yeah.
We still do. And when I was a little kid, I found a little baby one, and we had a dog at the time.
Yeah,
You remember this story or no?
it happened to me too. I know where this story's going.
We nursed it back to health and freaking gave it a bottle and
Yeah.
did all this stuff and got him all plump and ready to go, dude. And I let him off in the vineyard and the dog was just went whoop. Yeah,
Tore it
dude.
apart right in front of you.
I was like, who let the dog out?
That same thing happened to me, dude. Easter, we got baby ducks and we raised them to be these beautiful like white geese, and we lived on the river. So like we're gonna go set them free in the river to be these beautiful swans. And as soon as we let them go, our fucking Dalmatian dog ran in there and grabbed him by the neck and shook him to death.
That's so fucked, dude.
everyone.
There's only two. But yes,
Both.
They are no
All
more.
of them.
They have ceased to be.
This is a dead duck.
This parrot is no more.
Yeah, it's similar to that.
It's similar to that.
It's just like that.
It's
Yeah,
just
like that.
So you're saving ducks from getting torn up by the dogs. Okay.
Yeah, and so in the Ibogaine provider community globally, it's really, really small. And so for years, been hearing people talk about the need for an aftercare center, of somewhere to go, and and kind of just recalibrate.
Do you think Ibogaine is gonna we just saw he sent me something with Joe Rogan like behind President Trump, and they're like signing into law, and then there was that other guy there that was kind of a cowboy who was like, psychedelic medication prohibition is over.
He was very emotional. That's Brian Hubbard. He's been working
Yes.
really, really hard.
I loved it. I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
These are anyways, we don't.
That's dope.
That was dope.
Yeah.
So do you think it's going to now become kind of popular like ayahuasca has? Because, now you can get you can drink ayahuasca. There's a lot of options.
Are there?
Yeah. I think
Huh.
if you wanted to find a circle to sit in around here, you could do it. You know what I mean? It's happening fairly often all over the place. Oh, ayahuasca has kind of
Crazy.
become mainstream,
yeah.
relatively speaking, right?
Yeah, so it being in the media like that, it's raising a lot of,
Yeah.
eyebrows, and people are curious because it does. It in one dose, it can alleviate a lot of the traumas we carry, that we all carry. And
It has a pretty high success rate.
yeah.
80 to 90% is what they were saying in that.
Saying
Oval
80
Office.
something with one dose, and with two doses, it was moved into the 90s or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll have to
I
ask the
mean,
Hubbard.
Hey, that shit
the
sounds
Hubbard
good,
guy.
dude. When you're putting Trump's stamp on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Maybe you could
there's
look
a
that
lot,
up, Joseph.
there's a lot that goes around that though, than
Yeah.
just going and taking it.
Yeah,
and
sure.
it's
That's right.
being prepared, and it's being supported afterwards.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a lot that
Being
goes
ready.
around
Going
in
to the
that,
living lodge.
You know,
Focus on living.
so yeah, I it's a bold statement, and I understand what you got to do and say to get things moving forward.
Sure.
And that's, you know, I
But you have seen in your personal experience
personally, okay,
a lot of success from this. Yeah.
I wrote down a list of everybody I could remember from 2016 to 2024 that I'd been present, and there's like a 65% success rate of them not using anymore.
Relapsing.
You know, yeah.
And
I don't know about the relapses, but out of those people are the people that we still had some form of contact with.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's way better than like your normal like rehab center
The
that you send people
traditional
to.
rehab model, yeah, it is.
I mean,
So this is saying that Ibogaine success rate statistics, withdrawal reduction, approximately 80% of users report that Ibogaine eliminates or drastically reduces opioid withdrawal symptoms. Initial abstinences, 1 to 3 months, studies have shown that 50% of participants report no opioid use at 30 days post-treatment, with about 33% remaining abstinence at 3 months.
So with the introduction of the importance of the aftercare,
Yeah.
and having more facilities
Yeah.
like the one we're opening here start popping up around, if it becomes available here in this country, which I imagine that if it's being fast-tracked for studies,
Yeah.
then that's going to be something probably here, you know, who knows, in the next 5 years, possibly. And so all of those numbers can come up if they're
Improved outcomes with aftercare. When paired with comprehensive aftercare by Jevon and crew and therapy, some treatment providers can claim success rates can be higher, with some clinics reporting up to 70% of clients maintaining abstinence for 6 months.
right. And so,
You know what these rates are way higher than? Traditional rehabs.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I've seen folks come back for a second treatment, like call my friend who I would assist, and he would, you know, we'd work with them for a second treatment. I've had a couple guys call for a third, and God bless the integrity of my partner. He's like, look, man,
If 2 didn't do it, 3 ain't gonna do
we've
it.
used the tools
Yeah.
that we offer, you know, and so maybe something else will work for you. And there are, you know, there are places in the Ibogaine world that will be open to that
you rolling.
revolving door, which we hear about in the traditional rehab model. And so I think that, I think that with preparation coaching to get people in the right mindset, like, look, this is really what you're going into. Had a gentleman come up and stay at the lodge, and he scored cocaine at the airport before he left Mexico to come to us. And so,
dang, dude, that's some crafty shit right there, dude.
yeah, and so really what it was his family pushed him into it. He wasn't
Ready.
He wasn't ready. He asked no questions beforehand. He just showed up there, did it. And so when I was talking with him, I asked him, well, kind of what was your goal here? What would you expect going to this treatment? And his answer was, well, I thought I would go and I would take this and it'd fix my brain and I'd be sober. I'm like, there's a lot more to it than that. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what, you've got to put in your effort and still make your choices, right? Whether you're showing up for 30 meetings in 30 days, and doing that, or it's going to take the same effort,
Right.
you know?
Same willingness, same open-mindedness, same willingness to let go, to like actually have
Surrender.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's cool about this though is that, like, you know, from the 12-step community that I come from, a lot is thrown around about doing these steps or entering this community and having some sort of spiritual experience that allows you to let go and change your behavior and all that stuff. And this is what you're talking about. This can be something like Ibogaine, right? Like, is a spiritual experience that grounds you in your own reality and allows you to change your behavior.
I'll tell you, the phone call I made, the one phone call I made, was to a friend of mine who was an IV heroin user in the 90s. And I said, I'm looking for some help, and I don't want to do a 12-step thing, and I don't even know why. And he's like, okay. And he's kind of like, I know a guy, and his brother does a thing in Mexico. And I'm like, okay. And I really, you know, there are some fundamental perspectives in the 12-step program that I super don't ring with. But at the same time, like maybe a year after my Ibogaine experience, I was like, huh. And I just kind of realized, like, the more I learned about what the steps are, the more I realized I was doing them, not in any kind of order, but I was kind of covering all those naturally.
Yeah.
But what happened was I did them I started with the first one. I went from the first one to, I don't know, you tell me, is the last one the spiritual experience? Because I went straight to that, and then I started filling in the blanks in the middle.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. And I've noticed a truth that comes along with church, with 12-step programs, with these psychedelic like treatments and all this stuff. Like, I'm at the point now where I'm like, they're all just languages that I can translate, and they all have this truth that runs through them. Right. And there's all this stuff that you can pick and choose, but a lot of it is very similar in a way. And a lot of it's about spiritual growth.
Yes.
And becoming a fucking decent person.
There's a fellow we both know, and he's been in the 12-step model for a long time, and we talk, and I said this to him years ago, and I was like, look, if like the alleviation of suffering is like a lake, we're taking different paths to the same lake, man. There's not one path to it. And so that's kind of where we can identify, you know? Yeah. And yeah. And we talked the other day, and there was a gentleman who came to the lodge. He asked me ahead of time on the phone, do you guys, you know, work a 12-step model? I said, no, we don't. He says, well, are there meetings in the area? Because like and I said, yeah, man. I said, when you come, I'll call a buddy of mine, and he'll tell us what the circuit is, and I'll take you to 12-step meetings. So I got to attend a couple meetings during 1 week of his stay. And so when I called him, I said, hey, man, I said, what meetings am I going to, where are they? What times are they, right? And so he started kind of running down the circuit. And he's like, oh, there's one on Friday over here. And it's like, you know, old school NA, like hardcore stories and, you know, old-timey druggies like you and me. And he kind of kept on talking. And I go, hey, man, when's the last time you ingested drugs? And he's like, I think it's been like 16 years. I'm like, I'm not going to tell nobody, but I don't think you're an addict, dude, if you haven't done that for so long. He's like, but I just used to love them so much. And I'm like, yeah, but I grew up skateboarding, but I haven't skateboarded in 10 years. And if I walked around saying I'm a skateboarder, that'd be silly, wouldn't it? And he's like, yeah, I guess you're right. I'm like, I don't look at you like that. And a lot of times I'll talk to somebody's, you know, loved ones calling, and they'll, or, you know, somebody's mom, and be like, oh, you know, my son's been an addict and da-da-da. And sometimes I'll just blurt out of my mouth. It'll come out. I'll just go like, I don't work with addicts. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I work with people who happen to be struggling with an addiction, and I believe they can alleviate that, but I don't look at anybody and tell them they're this thing, because I believe that there's power in our words. I believe that if my mantra is I am that, then how the hell can I grow into anything else? And so so when I go to those meetings, I found myself like, instead of like, I'm Jevin, I'm a this, and I'm like, I'm Jevin, I'm a son and a father and a brother and a friend and a da, and I just say a bunch of things that I am, and I'm, honored to be here with you strong people who are here, and thank you. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, but
I won't say it.
Yeah.
I won't say that about myself. So,
Yeah. And that's okay.
yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's
that's why there's different paths to the same
100%.
thing.
But and then after I get all over that part where I'm the one nervous, right? No one else is. I don't want to, I don't want to poo-poo on anybody's thing, but I'm like, oh, I won't do it. And but yeah, just getting in there. It's we're all people.
you could say I'm Jevin and I used to be an addict.
No, I don't want to.
You're not doing that
spark
either?
an argument or judgment.
Philosophical
Right?
debate.
I'm going to say what I am.
what you are. Yeah.
Tried to blend into
Or
the drapes.
you know
over
what you
here.
could do is just say, hey, I'm Jevin.
Yeah, true.
And they'd be
Right.
like, hi, Jevin.
Hi, Jevin.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's cracking?
Hey, Jevin, are you an alcoholic?
Yeah.
What did I say? I just said that. Hi, I'm Drew.
Yeah. Yeah. Drew went to a meeting.
Yeah.
That was rad.
Well, the truth of the matter is I don't know what I am.
Me neither.
I mean, really.
Sure.
Who am
That
I?
changes day to
What am
day,
I think
bro.
I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
I looked up the definition and
I mean, I was really identifying as a cat the other day. Just napping the fuck around.
that's
dude.
because you kept looking at your own butthole.
No. Cats don't do that, Drew. That's dogs. Dogs are the gross ones.
Dogs are gross.
But yeah, I like it. And I would like when we brought it up and we were looking at that Trump Rogan video where they were talking about that, it was like, I think that all options should be on the table. I don't think we should like eliminate a 12-step program or an Ibogaine therapy because of one reason or another. Like, if somebody's struggling, let's fucking help them. Let's throw everything at them and see what sticks. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is people's lives, dude. Like,
Well,
what the fuck are we doing here? We're going to take a quick break to support the people who support the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Thirsty Axe is not only a place for you to enjoy some good aggressive axe throwing and some skillful pool playing, it's also a place where they have live karaoke every Thursday night. They have trivia every Wednesday night. And they have live music with DJs and bands on the weekends. April 11th, they're welcoming Anthony B. to Ukiah. On the 17th of April, they're welcoming Fleetwood Mac, the Fleetwood Mac tribute band. They have lots going on their calendar of events. Go check it out at thirstyaxe.com. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Thompson Construction. Thompson Construction is an excavating and grading general engineering contractor based right here in Ukiah, California. They specialize in septic system installation and repairs, land and site development for residential, commercial, agricultural, anything you got going on. These guys can handle it. No job too big or too small. At Thompson Construction, they love what they do and they take the utmost pride in their work. Customer satisfaction and great attention to detail is a major goal of these guys. So give them a call today, 707-391-7679 for your free quote. That's 707-391-7679. And now back to the show.
how many people have you seen or know of who because of the availability of meetings will go and they're like and go the other way and then don't have another option.
Sure.
Yeah. And so, and I mean the Trump thing with Joe Rogan standing behind him, and I've heard people say like, "What? He just sent him a text, and now the laws are changing." And it's like, well, no. It was like 2022 when Colorado decriminalized, like I don't
Psilocybin,
know.
right?
Psilocybin was like the spearhead of it, but I'm at least that, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm not. I don't do a lot of.
That's the popular one we heard, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right, and so, and then that guy Brian Hubbard was a couple years ago in Kentucky. They were gonna put up $42 million for the study of it, and it got shut down last minute. And then he popped up with the former governor Rick Perry in Texas, and Texas put $50 million towards it, 2023, 24, and then I think, let's see, Missouri, maybe West Virginia, like these other states are hopping up and pushing this forward. So it's almost like the federal government said, like, okay, the states are starting to do this. Let's open the door for them. And really what they're doing is fast tracking the research.
Studies and
And they're putting it under a Right to Try Act, which I believe was set up for like terminally ill patients to try experimental treatments. But the hang up is like, if they put it under the Right to Try Act, but that doesn't say there's a right to provide, right?
Sure.
And so
there's more to be.
Yeah, there's a
fought.
lot to do, and yeah, so it's basically tells the FDA and the DEA to clear a path.
Chill
into
out.
this. Yeah, that's all. That's where it's at now.
Which is great. That's a
Yeah.
step in the right direction, right?
100%.
Yeah. I like it.
All right, well, let's try some. Who's got the Ibogaine?
How about it?
I
dude?
know a guy who knows a guy.
All right, how much tape you got?
Yeah. Well, first things first. You fellas would need an EKG.
Okay.
And 3 different blood tests to
All
make
right.
sure your liver's good. But yeah, Ibogaine has it will lower.
Ooh, what do you do
lower
with
the heart.
alcoholics who don't have good livers?
Ooh, sometimes psilocybin's the answer for that, right? Yeah.
That
So
one's less hard on the liver?
well, now you're asking me to be a doctor.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know that. Right?
They just drop acid, I guess.
Dude, so I was telling Drew and everybody else, but my my therapist just recently finished his training to be certified or qualified to do psychedelic assisted therapies mostly with PTSD vets.
Yeah.
Vets who are struggling from PTSD. And the 3 main ones are ketamine, psilocybin, and MDMA. But he can't practice now because they're not. I think the only one is ketamine that's been approved or something like that.
In this state?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So anyways, it was in Santa Rosa, and he was like, okay, cool. I'm getting all this stuff ready to go. And then like they kind of, somebody somewhere shut it down or whatever. But that for treatment of PTSD has big numbers, big results too.
So what's underneath
Trauma.
addiction?
Trauma. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just for soldiers.
Right. But I'm saying what has been studied so far
Yeah.
of the people with PTSD is showing like great results, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then that
seems like that can translate to addiction.
and that's what so years ago when I had my experience, and then afterwards being kind of folded into that community, I would hear a lot. Are they coming for a detox, or are they coming for a psycho-spiritual experience? And I was kind of like, I came for a detox, but I had nothing less than a psycho-spiritual experience. So
Yeah, you're
so
like, what's the difference?
isn't that what we're all shooting for here? But sometimes
So what's the difference between the 2 treatments then?
nothing.
Nothing. Their intention.
It's
Their
whether
intention.
whether you show up with an addiction or not.
Yeah,
You know,
their
like a
intention, the
certifiable-
reason why they're coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can help with withdrawals too.
Opiate withdrawals. Yeah.
Opiate withdrawals. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's basically, when we say it's an addiction interrupter, it's a pattern interrupter.
Yeah.
Like that we could look at like addiction being how many different things, right? Whether it's your mindset, your thought patterns, any kind of behaviors. It has the effect to really kind of almost step you back outside of I don't know, yourself, or the self that you
The lens
think you are.
or the glasses that you've been wearing for so
Yeah,
long, right?
thank you.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just like looking through a different lens.
Yeah.
And I think that's so much value in psychedelics, is just being able to see, like, you said the first guy was like, oh, I saw heroin and it was death and I chose life. It's like you see where your patterns continued and extended will lead in that experience, and you feel it. You can have an experience of feeling like you did that, but then you wake up having the opportunity to make a different choice. You know what I mean? And you're like, I think I'll do that. You know, it's just...
And when we're
Real.
in the middle of a situation, especially one that's caused or that has to do with trauma and that is, all consuming and serious, and we're in that fight mode or flight mode or whatever, and our brain is in that place, like that's where these people are living, right? And so seeing clearly through all that fog is extremely difficult to do. So taking something like this where it kind of like pulls you back and you can look at the situation from a different perspective or without that fog there, it's so much easier to see, right? So much easier to like be like, I see the full picture now.
And very much. And then as you're settling and moving back into life, you have a choice.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's everything's a choice. And so when the tough stuff comes back up, that's when you got to learn to navigate differently.
Yeah, react differently.
Yeah.
Make good choices.
It's a practice, right?
Yes,
It's
totally.
a practice.
It is a practice, and our culture is so intense. You know what I mean, in the way that we live our lives, particularly as Americans. I was reading a thing about integration, or heard someone talking about it, and they were just saying like integration really isn't a thing in Peru and some of these communities and tribes where they did it, because just being in the community and the tribe, and that being their way of life, it was always integration. You know what I mean? Like their whole lifestyle was integrated with the medicine and so on and so forth, right?
Living that spiritual path, kind of.
Yeah, and just everyone there has done it or know what you're going through, and it's a part of the, I don't want to necessarily say religion, but like the spiritual aspects of what everybody's doing, and it's just a normal thing in those cultures to do this kind of thing.
And when we're coming to these things from the Western culture, we're looking to shift something.
Right.
And so integration is important coming from our backgrounds and being inundated with everything all day long. It's integrating a new way.
Yeah. Western life is awesome, but it's also incredibly intense experience at times.
Well, and
right?
look at the like societal pressures that we experience in the West of being like,
That's what I mean.
you have to be grinding 24/7
forever.
If you take a sick day, you're a fucking pussy. Like, what? Get back out there and fucking build that house, dude. You know what I mean?
Buy more shit.
Right?
Right. And let alone like a male trying to deal with their mental health. You know what I mean? Like the stereotypes and the things that come into play around that.
What are
Like,
we taught to be? What are we taught to be a man? It's you provide, you protect, you shove all your feelings down. Except it's okay to show frustration and sometimes anger.
Yeah.
Get up, go.
Right.
And where's that getting us? Right. I'm fried, and until you're like, let me cry.
Yeah.
That feels great.
Yeah.
You know, and Drew,
Pussy.
you know, it's okay. Drew, it's okay not to go to that marathon, dude.
Pussy.
Drew,
Yeah.
it's okay, dude.
You don't have to go to the marathon.
I'm going, dude. I said I was going to do it. I want to go.
See, this is the West talking, dude.
That is
Wow,
what
West.
we're talking about.
It is what we're talking about, dude. You're a pussy if you don't go, Drew.
That's it. I'm
You
not
signed
going.
up for something, you better goddamn do it. I don't give a shit if you're sick. I don't give a shit if you're 7.
Now I feel like an asshole.
Get them goddamn running shoes on and get out there and run, bro.
Because those people were like, we can't go. We're sick. I'm like, oh, God. What do you mean you can't go? Well, maybe if you didn't have so much fun last weekend, we could go running next weekend. And they're like,
Wait, you didn't plan right?
you didn't plan right. That's what you didn't even talk to ChatGPT about how to train.
That's what you did.
Ask what good running shoes there are on Facebook. I'm going to get a brand new pair of running shoes tomorrow. I'm ready to
You.
go.
You're gonna run in new running shoes? This is a bad idea too.
Well, I blew out my old ones. I thought I didn't need new ones, and now
You know what, buddy? I don't think you're prepared for this. This
I
race.
better
this
send it
weekend,
out.
dude.
Is it a bad idea to get new ones and then go running in them?
Yes.
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 ChatGPT didn't tell you that.
I
dude?
didn't ask. Dude. I thought I had that one.
Ask ChatGPT, dude, if you're a pussy, if all your friends bail out and you bail out too. See what it says.
Let's ask it right now. It'll say most definitely.
Yeah. But that's what we're doing when we're like rehabilitating people to live without their addictions. It's like we're breaking down stereotypes as well, right? And like, especially like when you're an addict, you're often homeless, I'm noticing. And you're getting more shame and guilt built on you every day for the situation that you're in. And to like be able to turn your whole life around in the society that we live in without the like correct support and like housing and like all the things, you know, like you're saying, if somebody comes and they have an experience and you send them right back immediately into the environment that they left, it's going to be 10 times harder for them to change everything up, right?
Yeah.
Them to change their behaviors, change their thought processes, to change their negative ways of dealing with things and thinking, and like it's the whole picture.
Yeah. So there's a lot of talk about, psychedelics and neuroplasticity, right? Where you're carving new neural pathways, and you can basically take that opportunity while it's malleable to form, let's say, good habits and turn away from your bad, right? But that neuroplasticity is also, you can carve those bad habits even deeper,
Yeah, you can get right in that rut.
and you can
Suck you right back in.
worsen it, right? It's like neuroplasticity is like a hammer. You can build a nice home and structure for your family, or you can clobber your neighbor with it.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's what you do with it. Right?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me, dude? Because I can't build a house or what, dude?
There's only 2 people here. I just happen to be looking at you, dude. Jeez, don't take it personally,
Hey,
Drew.
let's ask ChatGPT.
God damn. Yeah, that's why it's so bad for teenagers to do drugs, is because all that neuroplasticity and all those things are happening in their brain till they're like 24, 25.
Yeah.
And they get, they find out how to get pleasure from drugs, and that fucking rut starts forming, and then can't teach an old dog new tricks is the saying, right? But like, you can. It's just harder to do.
Yeah. He's less willing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Takes
fucker.
a few more whoopings.
Drew.
Oh, wait, no.
No, dude, love and care, bro. That's what we're talking about.
I'm just kidding.
Sometimes.
Sometimes an ass whooping has to happen. dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the best advice that I've given lately was the guy, same guy I was talking about, who just thought it was going to fix his brain and he's going to be sober and everything's fine. And further into it, he didn't believe cocaine was a problem, and he didn't believe that that he was acting out and and his family's like, when I told him, well, big bags of cocaine in the house, that is acting out. What's and he's doing well. He went on to stay at a traditional rehab and kind of get in an environment where he can kind of get to a place where, like, okay, yeah, maybe all this stuff wasn't great for me, but and we started getting close before he left. Like, I mean, he's a great guy, and so, but some of the advice sometimes you give. It was an hour before I was taking him to the airport, and then all of a sudden he wanted to sit down and really open up and have a real talk. And I was
Of
like,
course.
Last day.
What are
trying
we
to get
doing,
it-
dude? You've been here 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And he's like, no. And I just kind of went, and I kind of stopped myself from saying something. And he's all, no, tell me. And I was like, okay, man, I think, all right, what I see is you need to apply more pressure. And he's like, what do you mean? I says, with your hands against your butt cheeks and pull your head out of your ass. And then we both got to laugh. And, and he's like, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. That's a really good piece of advice.
But sometimes, that's...
And sometimes the medicine will teach you a lesson or two, too. You know what I mean? Depending on how you show up for it. Right?
that's
But
just
if you
it.
don't take it serious and you kind of show up thinking it's not, not something that is deserving of respect, it will sometimes humble you greatly.
Yeah, preparation is an important thing. I mean, back to having the right shoes to the...
I just think that's a big part of Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big part of healing is like humility, and I think a lot of those psychedelic experiences can sometimes give you that as well. A nice healthy dose of humility.
Oh, yeah.
Knock you down a few pegs, and then you're kind of like, okay, yeah.
There's a value in whimpering sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
In the mud in Colombia, right? Yeah.
Lord Jesus, help me, please.
Yeah.
But that's what I find a lot of people get when they're at the bottom of the barrel is humility too. You know what I mean? When somebody's fucking shaking and withdrawing and their life is on fire and they burn every fucking bridge they can and they're just completely miserable and broken.
That's the gold. That's the best.
Yeah, right.
That's the best thing to reflect back on, right?
Yes.
Well, maybe I'll go a little bit just this weekend. And no, remember that?
Yeah.
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 That's the value in suffering.
Yes, totally. And I remember that for me personally, like I remember that shit very vividly. Like that's a very clear memory of mine. You know? And it's great because it allows me to have the perspective of like I never want to go back there ever again.
It's a relationship that you were in.
Yeah.
That turned very toxic.
Yeah.
And then you think, maybe I should call her. And then you think, no, I remember that.
Yeah. Instead of being like, God, I'm going to call her.
Like, no, that bitch took all your money
Yeah,
and your
dude.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to the like fog of it all, right? Once you remove yourself from that and you see it clearly, you're able to have a better chance at making better decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, dude. That's cool, man. I like that you opened that place.
So you opened it. It's in Willits.
It's in Willits, right up.
Willits.
Yeah, right up, just a touch up Sherwood Road. And, and we are, there is a beautiful human being, a friend of ours, Mr. Powell, who has granted us access to a beautiful piece of property out on the Eel River, up over the hill from Laytonville, and he's allowing us to go out there and use it for overnight camping throughout the summer months. And boy, that's amazing.
Yeah, beautiful.
So you're going to take some of the people that are reintegrating and take them camping for a little bit of time or whatever and help
A night or two, and
skip rocks and have talks.
skip rocks, have talks, no reception,
Fuck,
no worries,
yes.
like there's lots of sound, but no noise. Like my perspective is like, let's peel every day away, the everyday things away from us, and do less. And when you do less, maybe your mind gets a little quieter and your volume at your heart turns up a little bit, and you can, be out there going, wow, this is beautiful. I don't often get to just do this.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting still by yourself is when some of those realizations start coming up, you know. We practice yoga a few times a week. Those who are open to it will sit down and meditate. Even if we got to call it like, hey, can we just sit down and shut up for 20 minutes? Like, can we try it? You know, I mean, that's really, really hard for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So really, taking them out to this dynamic place, you know, out there in the nature is beautiful, and it really, a lot of people open up of like, man, I haven't done this since I was a kid, or I've never done this, and this is amazing. So maybe they'll leave here with, you know, like, hey, I found out I like to do yoga. I'm gonna practice that. Or we just try to offer a lot of soft, healthy activities that, like a buffet, and maybe one or two of these things rings with people, and they start doing that after they go home, and, you know, instead of drinking on the golf course or whatever the hell it is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So what's this experience like for you?
Are you like the janitor who has to like?
'Cause you're the one out there holding space for all these people and kind of helping them reintegrate. So, yeah, I'm curious to like, what's your kind of takeaway? Like, is this helpful for you? Does it feel like you're giving back? Like, is it all of that? Is it super stressful for you? Like, how do you take care of yourself? Just talk some about what this is like for you, this experience.
Amazing. Yeah. So up until opening, it was okay. So Drew turned me onto a book, The E-Myth Revisited, and he said, "Man, you need to check this book out. It's everything you're describing is very much you're embodying it." And the book talks about this woman who grew up baking pies with her aunt, loves to bake pies, bakes the best pies. People love her pies, and then she decides to open up a little bakery and provide. And immediately she gets chopped into three aspects of herself, basically. The technician, the one who loves to do the work and so in my case, loves spending time with people. Let's have real conversations, you know, like, have you seen the game? Yeah. What game? The one we're all in? Like, let's, you know?
Yeah.
And so
how you doing in the race?
Yeah.
What race? The rat race.
my heart pulled me into this. I listened to it some years ago, and it pulled me this way. I love doing this work. As soon as I opened this place, I became a manager and the entrepreneur who has a vision that, okay, it needs this and this and this, and so it's tugging me in three different directions.
Yeah.
And I've had some great fatigue and some dips and provider burnout and compassion fatigue and, you know, all that stuff. So and I've for the past year and a half, I've kind of lost myself in it. Like, lost myself as far as like when people ask me, "What do you do for fun?" I'm like,
Was
like,
that?
yeah, it's
Like
like this is me and I am this right now.
Similar to having a child.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it very much.
Yeah.
And I look forward and I'm excited to the day where I can kind of lean back and be a proud father, and this child is, you know, on its own 2 feet. But we are at a place right now where I have a team in place and I have relief and it's coming to a place where it's shifting from its infancy to its adolescence. So to answer your question, how do I do for myself? I'm starting to, like, right now, this every other weekend camping out at that property is like I'm super happy about it. So
Yeah.
right, so there's this Japanese word ikigai or something like that
Yeah.
that talks about like.
Oh, Ikigai. Yeah.
But it's
Why are you looking at me,
basically-
dude?
I don't know. But it's basically like
I've been to Japan once.
something what you love to do, what you're maybe good at. Maybe it's I'm looking for help here over.
He's gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Aikiki.
Right.
Aikijai, a Japanese concept combining Ike.
What you love, what you're good at, what the world
Life
needs, and what you could be, what you can make a living at, and it's that's it.
Yeah.
Like I've stepped into that, and it's a big undertaking,
Yeah.
because when your heart's in something and it's not easy, it's, I don't know, you can't quit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even when you want to.
Even when you want to. That's when you just cry.
Yeah. And
You go, all right, okay.
I'll cry with
That's
you.
where you cry, Drew.
Trust me, Drew will cry, dude. You say something mean to me. No, I learned the value in crying. I totally get it.
Reason for being. Ikigai.
And you know,
Ikigai.
it's just like the
probably how you
blessing and the curse of a business. You know, it's just when it becomes.
I'm not a businessman.
Yeah,
Not a businessman.
for sure.
And so
But
that's probably why it's been such a big undertaking. But
it's just new
but
to
it's
you.
worth it.
It's
You
it's
actually
stretching
are
you.
one, actually,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, because you don't say
Oh,
what
yeah.
you are or what you aren't, right? I am an alcoholic.
oh yeah, that's
You
what
are
I-
a businessman. You own a business, don't you?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Ah,
So the sooner
sick,
you get
dude.
used to
This
it, the
is
better.
rad.
Because
you are a
I've
businessman.
been watching you go through the struggles of a business owner.
Yeah.
And I can relate. And I just, I'm just like, you're going to get through it, dude.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, holy shit, dude, there's all these people and I'm tired of it and I can't get a day off. And then the next call's, fuck, dude, no one's here, dude. I am fucking going broke, dude. I gotta know what I fucking do. What am I going to do? And it's just like, yeah, bro.
That's the waves.
Dude,
Yeah.
welcome to the boat, dog. You ain't alone, dude. And you're doing just fine. It's all part of the process.
Yeah. About 6 months ago, our friend Mark called me. He's like, "How you doing, bud?" I'm like, "Well, I feel like I'm holding on to the bumper of the struggle bus, just." I go, and the beauty of it is I know I can let go at any time. And he's like, "Yeah, but you're not going to." And I was like, "Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's it.
I want to climb up on,
And
sit
this
on
is
the
all-
top of it."
Yeah, you'll get in the driver's seat. Yeah.
This is all part of your journey, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Through this as well. You know what I mean? And like what you're experiencing now, you can probably relates to what your clients are going through.
You know what? This is a whole new dimension of learning and growing for myself in this past couple years that I didn't expect.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have experienced if you didn't
Right.
choose to just fucking go for it and go where your heart told you to go, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, most of me likes to just sit quietly, like this, but then they say, "Come on a podcast." I'm like, I'm here.
All of me wants to say no, but I'm going to say yes.
That's what. That's,
I know.
I've been
I
doing
know.
a lot of that. Like, what?
I know, it's good for
Yes,
you.
I got to say yes to a lot of things now.
You got a new phone, dude. You're making content,
I
bro.
did. I went from a.
Bro, he went
Oh
from
my
the
God.
he went from the oldest
Dude, wait.
iPhone ever made to the newest one.
2 weeks ago, I had an iPhone 8, and it was in great shape. It was a classic.
Bro, I saw.
See, I want
phone in
to go.
Colombia. He
I want
borrowed
to
a
go backwards, dude. I want to get the flip phone. I want to trade my shit in for a flip phone, really bad. Like really, my heart's telling me.
Do it. Don't try and borrow my shit though, dude.
No, dude, I need to go somewhere. Let me get that GPS,
you'll
dog.
Be like, hey, can you book me a reservation, dude? I have to do everything now.
It's like quitting smoking and bumming cigarettes off your friends, right?
Exactly, dude. It's like I
This
don't
world
have
ain't set up that way.
I don't have a car, but my friends drive me everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but like we grow through uncomfortability, right? So like, what a blessing you get to grow through this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's so much better than the alternative of not, knowing what it'd be like if you didn't go for it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You get to like sit in your rocking chair and be like, well, at least I went for that one.
Yeah. I'd be complaining about something else.
Exactly.
Right.
You'd be a miserable bastard over some other thing.
Yeah.
So either way, dude.
One of my favorite quotes is, "There is no comfortable resting in yesterday's definition of ourselves."
No comfortable resting. Yeah. I want to think about it, but I don't want it to be a long pause on the podcast.
It just means keep moving forward, dude. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you're resting, you're not doing the work you're supposed to be doing. If you're, and growth in terms of spiritual and personal growth. You know what I mean? Like, I always want to be better than I was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, and then there's also value in pausing and going like, I've come a long way.
Sure.
I don't need to
Yes.
grind on my development, right?
Right.
It's like take time and acknowledge
Appreciate
and accept where you're at.
Yeah.
Also,
And it's just the road of life, man, and business and all those things. It's like you're gonna get in there onto that struggle bus and you're gonna start driving and you're gonna think you got it figured out and bam, dude, you hit a fucking tree, dude. You know what I mean? It's just like
Damn, Drew.
crash the goddamn struggle bus.
I think it's more like blow a tire.
okay.
Yeah, not so much hit a tree. It's okay. It's okay.
You don't like my analogies?
They're extreme.
They're a little intense, dude. Just like you.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Well, dude, you're awesome for doing what you're doing and following your heart and helping people. And I just have the total love for you, brother.
Yeah,
Thank
dude.
I think you're doing rad shit.
Thank you.
Yeah. And thanks for being uncomfortable and coming to talk to us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, you're getting comfortable now.
Comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, it just took you 74 minutes to warm up, but look
Yeah.
at you now,
Look at you go, dude.
dude. Popped a cord in your ass.
And then
Dude.
tomorrow you'll be like, oh, fuck, I forgot to say this. I forgot to say that. And
Yeah.
then we'll have you back
Is there
on
anything else you're
again
forgetting?
for part 3, dude.
Because you're going to listen back and be like, oh, I didn't even. Is that long silence we were talking about, dude?
No, I was referring to when years ago when I listened back to when I was on the podcast with you guys. I was like, how many times am I going to say
Oh, you said them a lot here. You're gonna
Today?
listen- yeah.
You did?
In the beginning.
Oh, I don't even listen for that stuff anymore.
I mean, I don't either, except for I went to Toastmasters and it kind of ruined me on that shit.
What is that?
You guys ever do that?
Toastmasters?
Is that the
You
thing?
should go to
Is that the thing
Toastmaster.
in the morning where you go and speak in front of people because
Exactly.
you hate to speak in front of people?
Yeah, how you learn
What?
it.
Yeah.
It's a public speaking
Where is
club.
that?
It took place like next to where Freedom used to be.
Oh, in this town? You go in
there's
person?
one. There's one in like every town. It's like Toastmasters is like it's like a thing. Yeah, and so if you want to learn to be
Just support for public speaking?
exactly, and you go, and then there's like different types of speeches, and like you'll pull a topic, and then they'll say, okay, now you have to talk for 2 minutes on that topic with 1 minute to prepare.
Sick.
And then
dude,
when you
this
get
is cool. I like
And
this.
then when you get up in front of people and you start talking, there's some dick in the front row who counts every time you go,
Oh, fuck that guy, dude.
ooh. So, well, it's good, but it's part of the deal. Then at the end,
He's going to count my fucks.
the guy's like,
You said 45 fucks.
he's all 21 ums in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Mhm. And you're like,
And you're like, fucking nerd.
boo! You get up here and try that shit. Count your ums.
Oh
Anyways.
my gosh, dude. Toastmasters. That's
To-
your next
toast.
uncomfortable thing, dude.
Yes.
You and I are going together.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I'll come.
Yeah. Yeah, are you going to count my fucks, dude?
Yeah. No, your ums.
Oh, your ums.
You'd be surprised how many ums you would say. But anyways,
I think so.
you rotate, then you'll be counting ums for other people. So everybody has like a job, a
I
timer.
don't want to count ums.
I'll
Seems
do-
like a cop job.
I'll leave the counts down for you. Do that for
Oh, all right, dude.
Well,
Got
the
your
thing
back.
about it is like
Hell yeah.
when you see somebody like in the grocery store, like, how's it going? They're like, yeah, 1. Good to see you too. 3, for? And like you just in your mind, you're like counting their ums.
So they're teaching you to judge people.
Yeah.
Or just giving you like a nervous tick or like a, what do they call that? Obsessive compulsive disorder?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing?
That's the thing.
Didn't we have a roommate, Doug, who would count the letters in every word that we would say, and he never would tell you, but like if you said hi, how are you, he'd be like hi 2, how 3, you 3. So he's like, he's like 8.
That sounds familiar, but I don't tie that to Doug for some reason.
I thought it was Doug, but maybe it was somebody else. And every time he spoke,
I think it was the other roommate.
maybe, but you'd speak to him and he would know the letters in every sentence you said in his head by himself. Anyway,
That's a little OCD thing.
yeah, like you develop those ticks.
Yeah.
1,
Ticks.
2.
There's a name for it though, too, I think.
A tick?
There's a no for the ums or like or fuck or whatever. There's
Icky guy.
There's a Icky guy. That's Japanese. Oroshimo lakuhino.
Oh, kata!
Yeah. Yeah.
That's your name in Japanese.
That's kata.
Kata!
Yeah. that's more like it. Drew.
No. Do. Can they say, what's the never mind.
U-turn.
Well, I was thinking don't they turn L's into R's?
Yeah, something like that.
So, but then my name has an R, but that would.
Oh, we digress.
I mean,
We were doing so good.
We were doing so good.
I just
dude.
crashed the struggle
Joseph,
bus.
what
We
the
just
fuck,
slammed
bro?
this fucker at the end into a tree, dude. We had this beautiful.
Oh my god, let's cut out the last 4 minutes, dude.
Why don't
like it or
Why
not.
don't you end the episode with you singing the hook to Madonna's "Material Girl" in that style?
I'm a material girl in a material world.
Nope. Never mind.
What? No, Jevin, now you have to do it, dude.
Yeah,
I brought something up.
I can't think that quick on my feet.
You said there's a lot of R's and L's
Material girl
in living.
in material world.
Yeah, if you flip them, it's really hard.
Have you seen the guy, the Asian guy who sings songs in an Asian accent, even though he doesn't have one?
Yes.
His wife
Love
looks
him.
at him like he's just the biggest piece of shit.
Yes.
So funny,
Yeah.
dude.
He's an Asian dude with not an Asian accent.
And he sings and plays
That's-
guitar beautifully.
Yeah, but sometimes he'll piss off his wife and sing like he has an Asian accent. Yeah, I've seen that dude.
Pretty
I love
epic.
him.
Yeah. All right, dudes. Well, yeah. You want to plug the Living Lodge? I mean, what if somebody's got somebody they want to refer to you? How do they get in touch with you? You got an Instagram, Facebook?
I got an Instagram,
Phone
Living
number?
Lodge, phone number 707-485-2983, and we're on the interweb at thelivinglodge.com.
Sweet.
Sick, dude. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Until next time, like, subscribe, be a bro, share the show, follow our YouTube channel, and give us an awesome review on podcast stuff. Okay. Everyone's thinking
We're
about
waiting for that next review,
that
dude.
not awesome review
Come
we
on.
tend to get.
Come on, guys. Don't let us down.
This is the day. Today's the day, boys.
Yep. See you next time.